In this video, one of two, we're taking a look at a very, very special ship. And not only are these ships special because they're new, they're special because they are, unlike anything else that we've seen before. Capable of taking on Hammerhead solo by themselves, capable of one-shotting pretty much any starter ship out there already, and plenty capable of carrying your own cargo and personal weapons? Sounds like a lot, doesn't it, for one package? Well, trust me, it is, and it comes at a very, very good price point as well. I am, of course, talking about the new, spanking, fantastic Crusader Aries. And this time, it's all about the Ion. Like I said, this video is one of two, to talk about the brand new ship from Crusader, the Aries, both the Inferno and the Ion. Today we're focusing on the Ion. This is the laser cannon variant of the two ships, the other being a repeater-style Gatling ballistic variant. Now, originally, when the concept sail first was released, I was all for the Inferno, and I still am. However, having used the Ion for more than 5 minutes, I can say that it is probably the best bounty hunting ship to have ever been released. In fact, there's nothing quite like it. It does meet its match when you go solo against a Redeemer, but even the UEE Navy can't stand just one of these. But why are the Aries so efficient, you ask? Well, it's all because of those bespoke size 7 guns attached to the shoulder. I mentioned these in a video not too long ago, but it was only brief. These ships were in fact designed around these guns and carrying these guns into battle. These are supposed to be ships that are anti-capital class, which means they kill things like Idrises, javelins, the rest, with ease. Granted, I don't think you're going to be able to defeat just one of those ships by yourself, not unless it's controlled by the fantastic AI that we have in-game, but it will be able to take on pretty much any ship below that with ease. Both of these Crusader ships have weapons outfitted to them by Bearing, one of the best ship weapon manufacturers we have in-game. They also make some pretty darn good FPS weapons too. Now, none of these are specifically outrageous. They are just bigger than what we've had before, and a great example of what is to come when it comes to large ships. The Aries Ion has a size 7 cannon with an alpha damage way above 4,000. And that's not 4,000 damage per second. No, that's 4,000 plus damage on every single hit that laser cannon lands. Now, the reason I like alpha damage is exactly for that reason, because I like one and done ships. A lot of the meta in Star Citizen, just like most other games really, is all about damage per second. But, as I'm about to show you, this ship is capable of one-shotting pretty much any small bounty target you might have in the verse. So if you're looking to rack up kills or rack up reputation, this is probably one of the best ships to do it in. And like I said from the get-go, I was quite the Inferno fan. I liked the idea of the rat-tat-tat-tat. However, the more I've used the Ion, the more it's grown on me for its very unique strengths. I do think that this ship has its own little role to play, and unlike some of the other ships brought in this patch, I think it's well balanced, with maybe a small tweak needing to be done to its agility. I think this ship walks into the verse in a very, very fine way, and actually adds some sort of a threat to those players that just like to camp out in their large ships because they make them feel safe. These ships are perfect for a duet, you and a buddy dancing together through the stars. However, if you do decide to use this ship solo, here are some small and very unique features you ought to know about. First off, let's start with the exterior. I was amazed to find out that this ship did actually include a cargo hold, much like the Aegis Gladius, as well as a weapons rack, which means you can take this ship pretty much anywhere as a solo player and actually keep what you find. The body is made up of medium, sort of light armor. Of course, it is carrying a huge weapons platform on top of it, so it can't be that heavy. But being Crusader, you know it's well made. Sleek and aerodynamic as well, with a nice sort of angular design, reminiscent of course of the Mercury Star Runner and the Hercules before it. Its cockpit visibility is some of the best I've ever seen out of a ship like this, with fantastic all-encompassing 180-degree vision. You've only got a small overlap behind and above you, which is sort of where the body of the ship meets the canopy. Sticking with the body as a whole, the missile payload of the Aries is quite impressive, and I apologize if you've of course watched the other video before watching this one, because some of this information may be repeated. You've got between 12 and 20 missiles available to you on both of the ships. Aries Ion, of course, being the one that we're talking about today. Now, speaking of the weapon itself is a little bit hit and miss when it comes to a few features. I love the high alpha damage, slow fire rate. Absolutely love it, it's fantastic. But it does have a few limitations. The Ion's weapon is slow firing and slow projectile as well. It isn't that fast, which means players and ships do have plenty of opportunity to move out of the way. This sort of falls in line with its objective, which is to fight larger capital class ships, which of course wouldn't be able to move out the way so easily. It's also why fighting a hammerhead in this thing is much easier than fighting a redeemer, let's say. Another thing that I'm not too much of a fan of is the short range. I was quite amazed to find out that this size 7 gun is limited to about 2.5-3 clicks. It's not great, but again, because its one tap potential is so high, it does kind of seem balanced. Now, to be honest, apart from that, there's only the specs to really mention. It's 2 size 2 shields, it's decent power plant, it's very luxuriously sized quantum drive, 5,000 quantum field units in this bad boy. Pretty much just everything you would expect from a medium class Vanguard sort of sized ship. In my conclusion, this ship is amazing and a must buy, especially if it's going to be in game. If you have to spend the cash, I think it's worth it as well. At the end of the day, guys, really, you're putting this up against its brother, sister, whatever, the Inferno. And if you want to know more about the Inferno, go check out the video about that one. Now, I want to thank you very much for watching this very brief video, this very short little thing just about this sweet little baby. Now, of course, if you want to go and follow me and support me, please do. There's loads more content that's much longer than this with a lot more to say. And you can always come and catch me live over on Twitch. Don't forget, use my referral code during the free fly event, especially if you do enjoy the game. Come join me. I'm happy to help you and I'm happy to have you around. Have a wonderful time, guys, and I will see you all in the next one.